Since its release in 1984 with the comic book Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, every generation has had Ninja Turtles in some fashion, be it comics, cartoons, video games, and movies. Each generation of Ninja Turtles seems to have its own flair and style while maintaining the basic structure of 4 mutated turtles who are teenagers, who are ninjas, who are simply trying to survive. In the 2023 Teenage Mutant Turtles Mutant Mayhem, though, things are a little bit different. We're not just looking at one set of mutated teenagers, but 2 sets of mutated teenagers. What makes these 2 groups of teenagers distinct is the fact that one group was raised by a loving father, whereas the other group did not have a loving parent necessarily there with them. What is this difference? How does it play a part in our day-to-day lives? Let's talk about that today on Geek Devotions. Hello, Devoted Geeks, and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting you know you're loved. I'm Dalton. I'm so glad you've hit the play button today. If you're new to our show, we take geek, pop culture items like movies, video games, comics, and we use them to let you know that you're loved. So if you don't watch past this moment, know this: we love you, we care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because this is the launch of Season 8 of Geek Devotions, which means we have officially been doing this for 7 straight years. We want to say thank you to everyone who's been part of Geek Devotions for the last 7 years, and hopefully you guys love to hang around and enjoy the content we're creating for the next 7 years. To kick off the season all month long, we're taking a look at geek pop culture items and talking about how to encourage and inspire the next generation, how to equip them to become what they need to be. And kicking off, guys, we're taking a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which, like I said in my intro, is a really interesting movie. We'll have a review on our website coming out soon so you get my full thoughts, but bottom line is I had fun watching it. But what was interesting to me about it was the relationship between Master Splinter and the Turtles, and then a second group of mutants who didn't necessarily have someone in their lives to lead them like Splinter. Now, this will contain some spoilers, so if you are concerned about that, maybe pause this, come back after you watch the movie. If you're not, let's keep going. In the film, the Turtles meet a group of other mutants who were created by Baxter Stockman, who were raised kind of in the sewer on their own, but they're basically raised by the main mutant, Superfly. Now, on the surface, they both want the same thing. They just want to be accepted. They just want to live freely in the world. But there's a difference in the philosophy. See, on the Turtles side, Splinter taught them to stay underground and just to kind of chill. But at the same time, he taught them some morals, how to be good people, turtles, mutants. On the flip side, this other group of mutants who were raised by Superfly were raised in an environment of anger and frustration. There was no real love. There was no one there to guide them and direct them properly. And so their mindset was, well, just wipe out the humans and make more mutants. Towards the end of the film, there's a big conflict and there's some discussion amongst this other group of mutants. And one of them says something very specific when they are in the midst of going, look, we don't want to do this anymore. We don't want to kill all the humans. And that simple phrase is this: we didn't know another way. We live in a time frame where Gen Z, millennials, and alphas are being talked about, and not necessarily in a good way. In the same breath of people saying that they need to act better, they need to think better, they need to do certain things in a better fashion, they're also degraded. They're also talked down. They're told that they're stupid, that they're worthless, that they have no value. And this double speech that's given to them creates a confusing situation, and they simply start to group up and find simply people who will love them and accept them. The problem is that within society, within some of these groups, they find themselves in places where it's not a good thing. It's not a positive thing. But because nobody has been able to speak well to them, nobody's been able to speak positively, because people have pushed them to the side, they don't know another way. There's a proverb that says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. This is a great proverb, and a lot of people have this quoted and they think about it often about when they're talking about being a parent and all sorts of stuff, but they forget an essential aspect about training up a child in the way they should go. This proverb is not just simply a proverb of, hey, this is the good stuff that takes place. This is also a warning. If we train up children and the next generation in a fashion that teaches them that they have no value, that teaches them that they have no place, that they have no worth, that they are worthless, that they have nothing to offer, then when they are old, they're not going to depart from that mindset. They're going to continue to think that. They're going to continue to lean back and think they have nothing to offer the world. They're going to continue to think that they're worthless and that they see things in a terrible mindset. And then that feeds the angst, that feeds the anger, that feeds things that become self-defeating. And then one day, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, when they become adults and they're again confronted with a better way, there will be those who look at you honestly and they go, we didn't know there was another way. Our challenge, our duty is to speak to the young individuals, to speak to a younger generation and teach them a better way, to help them live things out in a different mindset. It's difficult, don't get me wrong, especially the older they get. There are people who are in their late teens and early 20s that have cemented a mindset that says that they have no value to anybody and that they should just do whatever they want because it feels good without caring about the individuals around them, because to be honest, that's how they were taught and that's what's been presented before them. We have a generation of individuals who the conversation about a two-parent household is so foreign to them, so alien, that it's strange when they see that taking place. But the reality is that these kids need people to come into their lives, to be somebody who can speak life and hope, that can encourage them, that can say that you have a place in this world, that you have value, that you're loved, that you're cared for. And if they don't hear it from those who are stable, who are mature, from the people who are grounded in the faith of Jesus Christ, then what they're going to do is they're going to get it from the world. And when they get it from the world, that's when things start to degrade, because the world has its own view of love and acceptance, and it is not the biblical foundation that we as Christians live at. The problem is that we have a generation of adults who forgot the foundation of Christian love. They've forgotten the foundation of what it means to show hope, grace, and peace to individuals. This is what kids need. This is what young people need. They need adults, yes, to bring correction, to guide them in the right and wrong, but to show them grace, to show them love, to speak life to them, to show them that there's a better way. One of the things I loved about Master Splinter in this movie was that in the movie, he had a revelation that while he was doing a lot of things right, there were some things he was doing wrong. There are adults out there who are doing some good stuff, but there's an aspect, there's certain things that maybe aren't quite right. They're not doing it fully to the manner that they need to. What will bring success, that will change the world, is if we as adults humble ourselves, recognize where we've gone wrong, apologize, but endeavor to do better and to teach them. Now, for the young people who may have watched this video, who have found this, I need you to understand a few things. I'm talking about adults giving you grace. I'm asking you to give us adults grace. I'm asking you to give us the opportunity to do things differently, to see things differently, to understand you and to let you speak. We love you. We care about you. There is a genuine plan and purpose for your life. God has something very specific and special for you. Don't let the world corrupt what's inside of you. You've been taught some great things, but at the same time, there have been some things that you've been taught and you simply don't know another way. I'm here to tell you that there is a better way. Jesus Christ has made a way for you. And if you'll lean into that, if you'll lean into God, lean into what the scriptures have to say in an appropriate contextual way, you will find a better way. Please forgive the adults who have done things wrong, who have said things in terrible manner. They've done, quote unquote, the right thing, but doing it the wrong way. Please have grace for them. Please forgive them. Adults, we have to do better. We have a generation that needs to be equipped. We have a generation that needs hope. They need to know that they're loved and they're cared for because they don't know better. That is our challenge for the week, is to examine ourselves, see where maybe we've done some good things, see where maybe we've faltered, and do better. Be intentional about reaching out to young people in our lives. For some of you, your parents, look at your children and ask yourself, how can I raise them up to do the right thing, to be the right thing? And be aware, that's not just lip service. You have to do the right thing too. Some of you are parents who are in split homes, and there's been a rift that's already taken place. That's a challenge. I'm not here to debate what's happening there in that situation, but what I am telling you is there's an opportunity for you to do the right thing by your children, to speak life and to teach them a better way. For some of you, you don't have kids. But you live in a world where there are people around you. There are young people around you. There are 20-year-olds and teenagers and children at your workplaces, at your schools, in your community centers, at your churches. And they need you to step in and to encourage them, to inspire them, and to teach them a better way. Question of the week for you guys. What version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is your favorite? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Also, want to let you guys know that if you are a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I want to encourage you guys, go check out my friend Joesph over at Shell Shock. It is a new podcast. He has a YouTube channel where all he does is talk about Ninja Turtles, and it's really great. It's a solid show. You need to go check it out if you are a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So moving forward in Geek Devotions Season 8, we have a lot of big plans coming down the pipeline that you guys need to be plugged in for. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Check all of our social media platforms. We have stuff coming up. Example, we're going to be at GeekCon here in Shreveport, Louisiana, here in just a couple of weeks. We have a booth. We're going to be on the grounds. We have some brand new stickers we're going to be selling, and we're going to be just loving on people there on the con floor, just encouraging people. We're going to be a place where you can come if you're having a moment where you just need prayer, encouragement, you just need a peaceful moment just to talk with somebody and geek out with. That's why we are going to be on the floor, to love you where you're at. So please come find us at GeekCon here in Shreveport, Louisiana, August 18th through the 21st. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to give a special thank you to all of our devoted Patreon geeks who support us on a month-to-month basis. For as little as $1 a month, they have been taking care of Geek Devotions. They've been helping us pay for our website, for our podcast, and helping to get the things that we need to do to create these devotions on a weekly basis for the last 7 years. If you'd like to be a devoted Patreon geek, go to our website, geekdevotions.com, and check the support page where you can find out more information. That being said, like I said, guys, thank you so much for being part of Geek Devotions for the last 7 years. Thank you for sticking around with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Stay devoted. Peace and love.